better teams in the country. They're hard to score on. Did a good job defensively on us as anybody's done all year. They make it tough to score in the paint. I mean, Richards has 5 blocks. You know, you try to tell your guys what it's going to be like trying to score at the rim on these guys. Maybe you should take a few more spray out threes, but until you actually get in the game, I don't know how you emulate it. Try to get some broomsticks out or something, but that's NBA rim protection. So defensively, they did a great job. I mean, they play hard. We go 4 of 21 from 3. Some of that is, you know, a lot of it is they play hard. They got length. They can test your threes and make you miss. So we've been shooting it at a pretty high clip. We needed to shoot it a lot better than 4 of 21 from 3 to be able to have a chance in this game. You know, so you got to credit them. This is the 3rd time I've played against them as a coach. They always play hard. Their defense is always elite. They got length all over the floor and athleticism. They try to take you out of, you know, what you do. You know, Kyra's been good for us and Petty's been good for us. You know, they limit Kyra to 10. I thought he played pretty well. They were making it hard for him to score, you know, but we needed other guys to make shots when he sprayed it out. And when you go 4 of 21, it makes it tough. And then on our defensive end, I thought the second half was a whole lot better than the first half. They shoot 56% in the first half. You know, Richards is hitting the jumpers, their bigs are hurting us. I didn't think we played hard enough and contested them. So, tribute to our guys as to how hard they played in the second half. But that Kentucky team, when they've got a roll, they're as good as anybody I've seen. I haven't seen everybody in the country, but they're pretty good.
Raise your hand for a question. We'll start here, Cecil. Cecil and then Jen.
Coach, you kind of hung in there, and then the last 4 minutes they had 3 big threes, one with 4 seconds on the shot clock, one coming off an inbounds pass. Is that something, I mean, you know that guys who are good shooters, but were you a bit surprised with that?
Yeah, I mean, like coming into the game, there's 353 Division I teams. They were 351st in percentage of points coming from 3. So, you know, you don't think they're going to kill you from 3. We hit 4, they hit 9. I think maybe 3 of those 9 came in the last few minutes. The Higgins, it seems like even though he doesn't make a ton of threes, he hits timely threes, and that one he came off the ball screen there. The pull-up was huge. Then the 9 seconds left, they call a timeout, come out of the timeout. Great play, kind of knowing how we guard inbounds. And we were supposed to switch that out, didn't get switched. Maybe we should have gone smaller, so it was more likely that, you know, we had a guy that would switch out on it. That's on us as a staff. They did a better job coming out of that timeout than we did. So, you know, those hurt. I mean, you know, if you take away those 3, was it 3 that they hit in the last 2 to 3 minutes? Higgins hit the one, and Max quickly hit one, and Maxie. Look, if you take those away, it's a different game. That's on them for getting their shooter shots when they needed to, and they got big time players that stepped up and made shots when they needed to make them.
You have a question on the right here.
You're talking about those threes and sort of where they've been all season statistically. Emmanuel quickly 4 games ago was a 30% 3-point shooter. He's hit like 12 his last 20-some. How much different does it make them when they have a guy like that that can consistently knock down the 3, given sort of all the other things you've mentioned that they have?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. With him shooting like that, this is a completely different team. I mean, I watch a lot of college basketball. I'm a big college basketball fan, so even if we're not playing them, I don't have a scout I'm in the middle of. I'll turn on a game and watch. You know, I saw him play early in the year against Michigan State. Like this, when if he shoots 5 of 6 from 3, I don't know who's better than him in the country. You know, he goes 5 of 6. There's probably a reason he played 34 minutes tonight. So comes off the bench. They start him in the second half. You know, if he's shooting 30% or 20%, and he goes 1 of 6, 2 of 6. It's a completely different game. So that's on them for getting him going, knowing what he can do. That's on us for giving him way too many open looks. We had some. You know, I think he was the one that hit the corner 3 there deep, off the kick down, deep in the right corner. We can't get those off. That's a defensive mistake by us that we can't have that in big games like this. And we had too many of those giving up threes to them.
Third row here.
Coach, what did you think of Herb Jones' performance tonight? I know he took 20 shots. That was a career high for him. And then in the first half, he took 30 shots. So did you feel like he was forcing anything?
Look, the way they were going to guard him and guard us, they're maybe as good as any team in the country at taking your best score or top 2 scores out of the game. That's Kyra and Petty. You know, I mean, you look at those two, 4 of 11 and 6 of 15. Not terrible games, but, you know, usually a lot better. They were really, really into taking those 2 out. We needed somebody else to step up. Was it too many? I don't know, because we're encouraging him to shoot the 3. He's been in working on it. I don't want teams to just be able to play all. I mean, shoot that one he missed in our deep right corner. It was in and out. Like, if that drops, it's a completely different game. But they were coming in transition. Him and Shackelford were on that same side. They were supposed to be in different spots. That shot was supposed to go to Shaq, and Herb was supposed to be up. You know, if they had got to the right spots and Shaq gets it, he's a really good shooter. Maybe he goes in, it's different. But I don't go into any game telling Herb you need to shoot 20 or look, I don't want you shooting over 10. Like, the game kind of dictates what's going to happen. Did I think he was selfish at any point with his shots? I didn't, really, to be honest with you. I mean, he needed to attack. I want him playing aggressive. That was as aggressive as he's played. So we got to make a few more. I mean, 8 for 20 when, you know, 8 for 18 from 2, and I think every single one of them was right at the rim. So you'd like to see a lot closer to 12 or 18, but again, that goes to, they got some, I mean, Nick Richards in there is a lot different than anybody else you're seeing in there, so they make it tough to finish at the rim.
Far left, second row.
Coach, you talk about they make it tough to score in the paint, finish at the rim, if you got to score 44 to 20 points in the paint.
We did?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I bet a bunch of them were in transition, I'm going to guess. And some second chance points, offensive rebounds. I know. Well, the other thing, too, is when we did have shooting all over the floor, when Reese was playing the 5, I mean, Kyra drove right down and Reese to the high ball screen. They weren't going to help off him. They didn't. Like, their game plan was not to give us 3s. They executed their game plan about to perfection. We hit 4 3s. So they did exactly what their coaching staff told them to do. When you take away the 3, you know, look, we've got some pretty good players. Like, you're not going to be able to take everything away. So, yeah, we did get by. We got to the rim. We need to do a little bit better job, maybe getting to the rim a little bit more on open action, getting Richards out of there. Or we just you can't play Reese 40 minutes and pull Richards away from the, you know, floor when you got Kaylin and Javian in there. Richards is going to be more at the rim more often. They're used to playing down inside at the rim. So, you know, we got the 5 blocks. We outscored them in the paint. I mean, and again, that speaks to what we wanted to do. We wanted to take away the rims for them and make them shoot 3s. Well, they made them. We didn't do a good enough job making them miss. So they did a little bit better job executing their game plan than we did today.
Time for another question or two there, already.
I think we got a lot of time. Of course, I guess our plane can't get out of here, right? Stuck in Lexington. Kidding me? I haven't won a game since I've been here. Like, toy, I'm 0-2, and I don't know if Cal's got a nice restaurant we can hang out at or something. We're stuck here a while, they're telling me.
Go ahead there.
Coach, how long are you guys stuck here? And the 3s that you took, were they, you know, good shots? They just didn't go in, or what did you think of the quality?
You know what? I'd have to go back to the video and watch it to tell you exactly. I'm on the 21. Right in my mind right now, there was definitely 3 3s that we should not have taken that I thought were contested. If you're contested, you got to drive it. When you drive it, they do a really good job collapsing for the most part, and then you get your buddy an open 3, hopefully. So some of them were not good 3s, but I'd say this, man, with the way that they protect the rim, we shot 76 shots. I mean, you look, we got 13 more shots up than them. You get 13, we're even on the glass, won the turnover margin. If you get 13 more shots up than them, I'd like to get a lot more than 6 more 3s. I mean, you know, hopefully if we shot 33s, our percentages go up a little bit more the more you get. Again, we tried to tell some of these guys, and we made it a point of emphasis, like when you get in there and there's a shot blocker at the rim, you don't want to shoot that. You want to spray that thing out and make the right reads. We didn't do a great job of that. To be honest with you, I'm going to guess 17, 18 of those 3s weren't bad ones. They were pretty good. And we missed some decent looks. Now, they didn't give us enough 3s, which is credit to them, and they made us miss, you know, some of the ones that we maybe typically would have made with other teams guarding us the way that they had guarded us in the past.
Anything else for Coach Oats?